guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Alizaya and I'm your favorite black transsexual. Get up into the big prayer, whatever. You guys, guess what? Bada bing, bada boom, I'm back, bitch. You guys, you know, it's another day. I feel beautiful and you should feel beautiful too because, girl, we are living life to the fullest. Bada bing, bada boom. But you already know, girl, I know y'all seen the title. I know y'all might be like, girl, what are we finna get into? Today's video is a little different, so, you know, I'm just gonna tell y'all to brace yourselves because, you know, I might ruffle a little people's feathers, but I don't care. Before we get into today's video, girl, I need you guys to like, comment, and subscribe because you will never find another black transsexual like me. Hello, hello, hello. I'm beautiful. You're beautiful. You already know. Get up into the big part, whatever. Go ahead and lock in on myself. Comment down below. So today's video title is 7 things you need to learn as a trans woman because, you know, I need some of my dogs to sit over here and wake up and realize that I'm gonna, you know, have to ruffle your feathers when I say this, but life does not revolve around you and you're just gonna have to maneuver through life if you want to sit over here and be seen as a trans woman, and if you want to sit over here and live your life fully and truly as a trans woman. So without further ado, buckle up. The first topic that I want to talk about is not everyone is going to understand you as a trans woman. I need a lot of my dogs to come here and listen to me when I say this. A lot of people think different, and I really wish a lot of people will understand that we're all human beings and we're all going to think different because, you know, we're not born the same. We're not, you know, thinking the same. We are not genetically all the same. You get what I mean? A lot of us are very different, and, you know, I'm very different. I think differently from all of my trans, you know, sisters and a lot of my trans dogs. You know, I'm very, you know, what do you want to call it, controversial, if you get what I mean. I take accountability for a lot of things that, you know, happen in my life, and I take accountability for a lot of my actions, and I really wish a lot of people would do the same. Like, you know, the biggest thing that I used to struggle with in the beginning of my transition is to be accepted. I used to always want to be accepted, and when a lot of people throw out that word pick me, it bothers me a lot because you don't really know what a real pick me is. I'm not gonna lie, at first I used to be a real big pick me in the beginning stages of my transition. This was like before I really get dolled into the makeup, I dolled into the hair, I dolled into, you know, this new evolution of this internal sunshine or this internal darkness era that I'm in. I want a lot of people to understand that people think different. You can't educate somebody who doesn't want to be educated. That is the biggest thing that I used to struggle with, especially when I was in high school. I came out as trans when I was in high school, and I came out as gay when I was in middle school. I came out very early, you know, and I really started to indulge into my transition very early from, you know, all my other dolls. Like a lot of my other dolls, you know, transition out of high school, which I'm like, kudos to you, but girl, I had to lift this big old weight because I couldn't sit over here and live like this anymore. I used to struggle with the most and over here getting accepted, and I will keep saying that. I used to struggle heavily when I said that. And a lot of people, you know, are sitting over here really wondering, like, you know, why won't these people sit over here and respect my pronouns? Why won't these people sit over here and, you know, treat me as a woman or treat me as the person that I am? And I want a lot of people to understand that a lot of people are just ignorant, and it's just a sad fact that we had to live in a world, and we had to live in America, and we had to live in a country, or we just had to live in a world, wherever you watching this video at, you had to live in this nasty, evil world where people are truly going to sit over here and criticize you day and night about your transition. And it's just the sad truth. You think I woke up one day and decided I'm just this beautiful black trans woman and that I don't care about people sitting over here criticizing me? No, it was not that easy, and it was never ever going to be this easy. I already knew it was going to be easy when I sit over here and came out to my mama and she kicked me out. That was the real big breaking point. And that was the big thing that really, you know, opened my eyes up to, like, yeah, I gotta brace myself and I gotta buckle up for what's to come with my transition, because I realized a lot of these people are gonna sit over here and not understand me as a human being. Yes, I can educate them. Yes, I can sit over here and inform them who I am as a trans person, who I am as a human being. But if they don't want to sit over here and open their minds up and they don't want to open their ears up, forget it. I'm not going to sit over here and waste my time and have so much energy and put so much energy into these people who don't even want to take it and who don't even want to reciprocate it. It's stupid to me. It's stupid that we sit over here and try to sit over here and educate people who don't want to be educated. Why are you holding somebody's hand who doesn't want it to be held? It's crazy to me. And this is where I want a lot of people to understand that you have to sit over here and put that same energy that you're putting into people into your own life. You have to sit over here and, put in that same energy, that same mindset that you're putting into other people, into your own life. I realize I'm sitting over here stressing out day and night. I'm sitting over here stressing out when I go to school, when I go to work. Is somebody going to misgender me? Is somebody going to sit over here and call me a man? Or if somebody calls me a man, how am I going to react? When somebody calls me a man, I don't sit over here and get frustrated anymore. I used to get so badly frustrated when I was younger, and I was, in the beginning stages of my transition, because I used to sit over here, like I said, I used to seek validation. And if somebody wouldn't sit over here and, call me a woman, or somebody wasn't to call me Alizea, I would go off. My immediate reaction was to go off. I don't do those things anymore, and I don't want you guys to do those things anymore, because it's not worth it. Like, really think about it in the long run. What do you get from going off on somebody when they sit over here and misgender you, and they sit over here and call you by your dead name? You don't get nothing from it besides sitting over here getting called the angry trans woman, or the woke trans woman, or the crazy black person, or the crazy whatever race you are, or whatever person you are. You don't want to be seen as crazy. You want to be seen as a sane human being, because every human being thinks different. Every human being is a human being with feelings. You get what I mean? I want a lot of people to understand that your feelings are valid, and don't ever sit over here and think that your feelings aren't valid, and you shouldn't sit over here and correct somebody who's misjourneying you. Do what you want and sit over here and stand 10 toes down and make people respect you. I feel like you can get people to respect you just by you living your life without sitting over here wearing that you're trans, or wearing that you're this, and wearing that you're that. Like, I don't announce that I'm trans to everybody. Like, if it happens, you find out that I'm trans, I'm not going to be ashamed of it. I'm not going to be like, oh my goodness, don't tell nobody that I'm trans. Like, I don't care. I, go to work, and, I go to work, I clock in, I clock out, I go to school, I clock in, I clock out, and I mind my absolute business. If you find out that I'm trans, that's you. Like, hi, I'm your favorite black transsexual, get up into the big purr. But I want a lot of people to understand that a lot of people, when they find out you're trans, they treat you differently. And there's a lot of dolls who don't, necessarily pass to, society's beauty standards. But I want you to understand you really have a superpower. You're so beautiful in a different way. Like, look at me, okay? Y'all might see that I pass, but there's literally times where I don't pass. There's literally times where I look like a butch queen in a wig. I look like a butch queen with a beard. I look like a butch queen with lashes. It's okay. I'm not going to sit over here and beat myself up and be like, oh my goodness, why don't I pass, or why don't I look so beautiful? I don't care. I don't care to pass. I really don't care, because the way that I look at it, I look beautiful 10 toes down, with or without makeup. I look beautiful 10 toes down with my personality, because I'm Alizea. I'm black and I'm beautiful, and I always will stand on that. I'm black and I'm trans and I'm beautiful. And I want you to picture yourself that I'm trans and I'm beautiful. I'm a beautiful human being, and I deserve so much respect that I put into other people. But the same respect that you're putting into other people, you can put into yourself. Okay? That's what I want you to understand. Don't stress yourself out trying to sit over here and, make people respect you. You don't have to sit over here and do that anymore. And further you get into your transition, the more you realize no matter what you do, there's always that one ignorant hag that will never respect you. After you told them numerous of times that you're trans, and that you go by this, and that you are this and that, and that your preferred pronouns are this and that, or they, them, whatever your pronouns are, she and her. After you do it so often, it's like, why am I stressing myself out over this? Like, ignore them. That's literally what you have to do, is just ignore them. There are times where I work and there's this old hag who smokes cigarettes on a daily, who's sitting over here depressed and 50 years old working at a 9-to-5 job. You think I'm going to be 50 years old working at a 9-to-5 job? Girl, you got to be crazy. You got to be crazy. I tell myself every day that I'm not going to work a 9-to-5 job, especially when I'm 50. You're crazy. Like, you're crazy. I'm doing it now because I'm hustling. But back on track to what I'm trying to say, I want a lot of people to understand those same miserable people will never be as beautiful as you, okay? You're trans. There's so many opportunities as a trans person that you can do and that you can get just for you being trans, okay? There might not be people that are going to understand you. There's going to be people that are going to criticize you day and night about your transition, but you just can't care. Let's get on to the next topic, because, girl, I could go on and on about this.
Next caller.
My next topic that I want to get into is you're a trans woman and you need to have self-love. I say this a lot, and I want a lot of people to listen to me and open your minds up and even come to the camera, because I know a lot of people sit over here and watch me as podcasts, and they watch me as like, background, audio or whatever whenever they're cleaning their rooms. But I want you to listen to me and look at me like in the camera just for a split second. Do you truly love yourself? Think that in your head. Pause the video and ask yourself, do you really love yourself? Now come back. Do you really freaking love yourself? Huh? Do you? Because if you truly love yourself, like I keep saying, when somebody calls you a man, how do you react? I'm not no man. I'm not no butch queen. You're not going to sit over here and call me no man. It's not that serious. It's not. I used to overreact when people sit over here and call me a man, and people sit over here and misuse my pronouns. And I said that in the first topic. I used to really heavily believe and truly believe that I'm a biological woman, that I'm a real woman. But this is where I come into play, and this is what I'm talking about when I say self-love. When somebody throws, and I say this a lot, when somebody throws it in my face and say, you're a man, you're a biological man, I look at them, I'm just like, okay, and they be so confused. They get a little baffled when I say, okay, and because they're expecting me to sit over here and be like, oh my God, I'm not a freaking man. Oh my God, you need to respect my pronouns. I'm black and I'm trans and I'm beautiful, and I stand on that. I was born a biological male, but I don't live my life as a biological male. I live my life as a beautiful black trans woman. I perceive myself as a trans woman. I live my life as a trans woman. When I say that I don't live my life as a woman, I live my life as a trans woman, I mean that I live my life as me. I live my life for me, and I don't live my life for y'all. I don't live my life for other people. I don't sit over here and ask other people about, should I do this? Should I do that? How should I dress? How should I act? I don't do that. I go based off of my feelings and my emotion. I go based off of my, my opinion, basically, is what I'm trying to say. I live my life for me. And when I say that trans women are trans women, I'm not sitting over here acting like Blair White saying that you're a man and that you need to sit over here and accept that you're a biological male and that you need to live your life as a male. I'm not saying that. I need to say that you need to accept that you were once born a biological male, but you don't live your life as a male. You live your life as a trans woman, and that you are in life, society standards or whatever, you're perceived as a trans woman, or you're perceived as a trans person, or you're perceived as a woman. I get perceived as a woman when I go out in the real world, and I don't bat an eyelash, and there's times where I get clocked and somebody said, he or she or whatever you want to call it, they, them, whatever you want to call it, and I don't sit over here and bat an eyelash. Yes, I might sit over here and look, and be like, oh, okay, but I'm not gonna sit over here and indulge in ignorant behavior. I don't indulge in ignorant behavior because, like I keep saying, I love myself enough to sit over here and not get so ignorant and not get so vilified when somebody sits over here and attacks me and attacks my character. I don't let nobody sit over here and attack my character for real, because the biggest thing that a lot of people struggle with, especially in the early stages of their transition, is sitting over here trying to feel, how do I explain it? They're sitting over here trying to feel loved. I don't know. Basically, what I'm trying to say is there's beauty with you just being you. That's literally what I'm kind of trying to say, is like, when you have self-love and when you sit over here and actually put in the effort and you put in the time and you take time to sit over here and really love yourself, and you just sit over here and you're literally by yourself in your own room or your own house, and you don't have no friends, and you take time to just really love yourself. Like, I know there's a lot of people, including me, who don't have friends and who are very lonely, and you really want friends, you really want to have human interactions, but you're just so lonely, you don't have nobody to talk to, so you start getting depressed. I stay out of depression as much as I can, and I look on the bright side of things because I realize, I'm my best friend. I'm the person that can only rely on myself. At the end of the day, this is your life. At the end of the day, you're in the predicament that you put yourself in. Saying you're depressed right now, the only reason why you're depressed is because you're allowing yourself to be depressed. And a lot of people are like, well, I'm going through some things, or I'm going through this, I'm going through that. What can you do to get yourself out of that? What can you do to get yourself to where you want to be? Start now. Start loving yourself now. You might be like, oh, I need this iPhone. I need this gadget. I need this camera to sit over here and do YouTube. I need this. I need that to sit over here and start dressing film and start to, live my life as a trans woman. You don't need nothing. You need to start now. You need to start now. I didn't sit over here and have the nicest iPhone when I came out as trans and I started to take these beautiful ghetto pictures. I didn't sit over here and start sitting over here living my life as a beautiful trans woman and telling myself that I love myself deep down. It took a long time, and it took me fighting with my mama, sitting over here, her calling me an F slur, for me to realize, dang, that really hurt my feelings. But at the end of the day, ain't nothing that can hurt my feelings no more. The one thing that hurt my feelings was my mother telling me and calling me an F slur, but then her backtracking and saying, you know what, let's sit over here and talk about me and my actions and you and your actions. We talked and we were explaining a lot of things that were going on to transcend and why, we were hating each other. And that made me realize I need to, sit over here and really talk to myself and be my own best friend. And for her to tell me that she loves me, and for her to tell me that, I need to sit over here and stop hating myself and stop calling myself ugly. Stop calling yourself ugly. That's the biggest thing when I'm saying have self-love. Don't sit over here and say that, oh my goodness, my nose is too big, or oh my goodness, my jawline is so ugly, or my goodness, my side profile is so clacky. Girl, I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to be the baddest butch queen. I'm going to be the baddest man up in here. When somebody sits over here and calls me, oh my goodness, you're a man, I'm the baddest man to you. Hello. A lot of people sit over here and criticize me, saying, why do you sit over here and call yourself a man? I don't call myself as a man. I don't call myself a man. I don't perceive myself as a man. I perceive myself as a trans woman. I live my life as a trans woman. Do I need to repeat myself? I live my life as me, okay? But if somebody's gonna call me if somebody's gonna call me a man, I'm gonna be the baddest man to them. Like, hello, that's the biggest thing that a lot of people just need to understand is just accept it. Just accept it. I accept that I'm trans. I accept that I will never be, a real biological woman. I don't want to be a real biological woman. I want to be a trans woman because I think trans is the most beautiful thing ever. I think being black is the most beautiful thing ever. I love being black. A lot of people ask me, why do I like these butterflies in my hair? Why do I like these sparkles on my face? Why am I wearing this stuff? Like, what is, with all this stuff on my face? I just like it because it's me. Like, it's something that I like doing. Do things that make you happy. That's what I'm talking about when I'm saying have self-love. Do things that make you happy. Do things that make you cheerful. Do things that you wouldn't care about somebody else criticizing you for. Like, just stop living for other people's opinions. Stop asking your friends, your family, should you do this? Should you do that? Should I do, partake in this? Should I, indulge in this? Should I do my hair like this? Do it because you want to. That's the biggest thing that we all struggle with as trans women, sitting over here living for other people's opinions. Stop doing that. Stop it. I think it's so beautiful for us to just live our life for us. It's so beautiful. Do you not understand? And I might start crying because it's so truthful when I say it. Like, we're all so beautiful. Jesus, oh my God, I'm looking like a butch queen crying. Like, stop. I mean it when I say it. Like, we're just so beautiful. And I love all of my dolls that sit over here and quote unquote don't pass, because I'm telling you, you literally have the biggest superpower. Like, people will already see you for you, and they won't already judge you. And I know a lot of people are like, girl, what are you talking about? Like, girl, let me explain what I'm trying to say, and let me think about what I'm finna say. I get perceived as a biological woman, which I kind of hate sometimes, especially when I'm around men. A lot of men will see me as a biological woman. They'll be like, oh, I would love to date you and stuff like that. But when they find out that I'm trans, they treat me a certain way, which I would rather you just already know that I'm trans. And if you want to mess with me or not, or you want to indulge with me or not, or you want to sit over and criticize me or not, you already know me. Like, you just know me for me. And another thing, a lot of trans women who say that they don't pass, I'm telling you right now, a lot of y'all are so fishy and cunts boots down. You just don't understand. You really need to indulge in your own style. Sometimes them 50-inch bust down wigs just ain't giving. I'm telling you, some of y'all ain't bald headed. Some of y'all are 10 toes boots down. Some of y'all just need some lashes with your wigs and your bust downs. Some of y'all just need to indulge in some makeup, some lip liner. Girl, some of y'all are so boots down cunty. I'm so serious. And sitting over here getting, insecure about your body. Oh my goodness, that's the biggest thing that I hate about a lot of my dolls. How can you be insecure about your body? I want you to understand that that's what God gave you, girl. And I realize, girl, I'm not going to hold you, girl. I'm not going to lie. I'm a stick figure. And I love being a stick figure. I might not have the most voluptuous, juicy, tushy or whatever, but it's me. And that's what God gave me. Like, God gave me a small tushy. And I'm going to sit over here and, indulge with my small tushy. I'm going to love my small tushy. I'm going to love just me and my skinniness. Like, the biggest thing that, I kind of, used to suffer with and I just got over, I have manly arms, like, I have bush queen arms, like, my arms, when I don't have sweater on, like, I have veins and my veins poke out, so I look like a manly girl or whatever, right? My mama used to have veins too, but, my mama, she's fish boots down, like, she's, already born a biological woman, you get what I mean? So ain't nobody really coming for her, you get what I mean? But for me, I really sometimes don't have, like, the fishy boots down, like, the bra or whatever, right? So, a lot of people, automatically think, oh, that's just a T-girl, or, he's trans or something like that. Which, I used to be so insecure with that, especially because a lot of boys used to point out that my arms are so manly. But at the end of the day, I look at it like this, girl. If I'm manly, okay, and if my arms are big, okay, and girl, I love myself enough to sit over here and just look past my insecurities. A lot of the insecurities that you don't like about yourself, I'm telling you, there's somebody in this world that's gonna love that about you. There's somebody in that world that ain't gonna pick fun at your insecurities. There's somebody in this world that's gonna sit over here and love you 10 toes down just for you being you. And that is something that I had to realize, and that is something that I had to sit over here and, take accountability for. Like, I used to have a lot of insecurities. A lot of people look at me and think I'm just so confident. I didn't get this confidence overnight. It took a lot of sitting over here talking to myself and pointing out a lot of the flaws that I have and asking myself, why do I sit over here and think that I'm so insecure about this, or why am I so insecure about that part of my body, or why am I so not mindful about this, about myself. Like, I sit over and ask myself these questions, and I sit over here and talk to myself about these things, and to sit over here and get a better understanding of me as a person. I'm me, and like I keep saying, you're your only friend, okay? This is your life. You get to live your life for you. Everybody has the same 24 hours as Beyonce. So what you do with your life, that's you, and that's all you're gonna sit over here and do it. You get to live with how you want to live your life, you get what I mean? And a lot of people sit over here and listen to me, and they think that when I say, like, let me stop stuttering. A lot of people think when I say that everybody has the same 24 hours as Beyonce, they say that, oh girl, I don't have the same resources as Beyonce, I might not have the same money, the same talent as Beyonce. Girl, Beyonce's a human being, okay? That's put past the celebrity status that she has. She's a human being. Stop sitting over here putting her on the top, tier list. Girl, she's a human, okay? She literally struggled in that industry. She literally had to put aside her pride sometimes, and she had to fight through the pain. You had to fight through the pain to get to where you want to be, okay? I had to fight sometimes, and I had to sit over here and beat through my insecurities to get to where I'm at, to get to, this beautiful face card that I have, to get, this beautiful hairstyle, and to get, this just beautiful fishy cuntness or whatever you want to call it, right? And to get this beautiful mindset that I have. That's all I'm going to say. Please get 10 toes down, and let's get on to the next topic, because, girl, this video is going to be damn near 5 hours long, so bada bing, bada boom. Next caller! The next topic that I want to get into is you have to take accountability. When I say you have to take accountability, this is kind of what I was talking about in the last topic and the other topic before that too. You literally have to take accountability for what you're in right now, and the place that you're in, the mind that you're in. You have to sit over here and look at your surroundings and look at where you're at right now. A lot of people are like, oh my goodness, I'm not, in this tax bracket, or oh my goodness, my friends are here in life and I'm just sitting over here, and here in life I'm right here and they're up here. Stop comparing yourself to other people. That's the first thing. That's the first thing. Stop sitting over here taking the victim mentality, like the victim mindset. Stop it. You have to stop it. I stopped that a long time ago. Especially, like, basically, let me, like, get a little personal with y'all. When I told y'all that one grinder story time that went wrong, and, you know, that guy, you know, who basically, you know, took, you know, I can't say the words because I will get demonetized and I need my money, no shade. But you can go to that story time, you can watch the whole video. Like, he messed me up mentally for a long period of my time, because it was a point in my time where I was like, why did I give myself to this man, and why did I even sit over here and, you know, put myself in that predicament for me to, you know, sit over here and have this man do that to me. And I would always point at myself, and I was always picking myself and be like, you did this, you did that, you're the reason, this and that. Stop it. Stop it. Take accountability. Yes, I should have never sat over here and thanked when my princess won, and I should have thought with my head, and I should have did that. But at the end of the day, what's done is done. You can't sit over here and look back in the past. Look in the present. Look where you're at right now. I'm in my own apartment. I'm 19 years old and I'm still alive. That is something that we all can't take for granted. We're alive. There are literally people who are dead who will never ever get to see another day on this planet. Do you not understand? Oh, I'm getting emotional when I say this, because I mean it when I say it. Like, you're so beautiful, and you had to sit over here and live in the present. And I mean it, live in the present. There is so much to life, and you had to push forward. You literally had to push forward. And I always wanted to sit over here and tell my mama, like, you know, that a lot of things that, you know, we used to sit over here and argue about, like we used to argue about, you know, me and my sexuality. Something that I didn't realize, you know, was my mama. She's an old head. You know, her mother used to sit over here and criticize her for the things that she used to indulge in, and, you know, the lifestyles that she used to have, or the little, you know, traits that she used to have. So, you know, that toxic, you know, family traits or whatever, it will go down from, you know, family members to family members to family member. I want to break the generational curse. I want to sit over here and actually take accountability for the things that I do. And I want a lot of my dogs who follow me to take accountability for the things that they do, okay? You might regret something in your life, and you might sit over here and criticize something about your life, but I want you to realize everything happens for a reason, okay? Look at your life now. You're beautiful, okay? And I mean it when I say you're beautiful. You had to hustle. Start now. Take accountability now. Look in the present now, okay? I need to take a break because I'm finna start crying. And the quote that I marked down in my notes is, you're the master of your destiny. Any situation that you're in right now, you created this for yourself, and you're the only one who can get out of it. And, you know, that stuck with me. Like, I need a lot of people to understand. I used to sit over here, like I said, like, I used to be very depressed, especially when I was back in my hometown. I used to hate that, you know, a lot of my friends who say they were my friends wouldn't sit over here and respect my pronouns as a trans woman, would sit over here and criticize me, and would only want to sit over here and puff past and never really do anything with themselves. I don't want to be surrounded around people who don't want to sit over here and have life goals. I got things I need to do. I got money to make. I got to sit over here and get to where I need to be so I can give back to my community. I want to give back to y'all. You get what I mean? I love you guys because y'all love me. I love trans people. I love black people, and I will always say that. I love my community. There's a small group of us that we all need to sit together, whether we like it or not, and whether we like each other or not. We're human freaking beings. And I'm not going to cuss on here because I need to keep my money, but I'm going to stand on what I said. We're human beings. We make mistakes. But you have to sit over here and live with those mistakes and keep pushing. Do you understand me? Do you understand? The things that you're going through now are not going to sit over here and stay with you for the rest of your life. And sometimes they do. But whatever happens in your life, it's a life lesson. Everything that happens in your life is a lesson, okay? And a lot of things that I go through, it's something that's going to sit over here and make me stronger. A lot of things that I go through makes me stronger. Me losing friendships, you know, that makes me realize that, you know, I want this for friends. I want to, you know, sit over here and have this interaction with friends. I want my friends to, be up here mentally and physically and, mentally. I want a lot of my friends to sit over here and talk to me and us have real communication. I used to struggle with communication because I didn't take accountability for the things that I used to do in my friendships. I used to sit over here, like I used to say, yeah, I used to be a fake friend. I used to talk about my friends. I'm not going to sit over here and lie and say that, I'm just some innocent trans person. No, honey. No. I used to be an a-hole. I used to sit over here and leave some of my friends out. Like, I'm going to, indulge in this one little, thing that I'm going to get a little personal with y'all. My old friend, Ocean, she once wanted my, trans sister. She wanted to come out as trans. And she finally, came out as trans. At first, it was a little, confusing for me, and I had to, adjust because I used to call her, by her dead name, and now she goes by Ocean. It took me some time to, do that, and I told her I'm going to get better and better at it. And then, like I said, I got better and better at it. I feel like in our relationship, I used to struggle with communication, and she did too, because we were in such toxic households that we didn't want to communicate with each other when we felt some type of way that we were doing with each other. Like, I used to sit over here and leave her out in certain situations and certain, friend things that I used to do with my other friends, and she would sit over here and, not sit over here and share some of her, goodies or whatever, her little, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3s with me. And we used to feel some type of way. And I feel like that's what broke us apart. And I wish that I took accountability for the things that I indulged in. And I wish I communicated better and I explained that, I'm sorry for what I did, and I'm sorry for the way that I treated you as a friend. I want to apologize for the things that I did. I can't go back in time now. Like, what's done is done. She blocked me, I blocked her. There's nothing that I can do. All I can do now is move forward in life and just keep pushing. I want a lot of people to understand, take accountability. You have to take accountability for your actions, and you have to keep pushing forward in life. A lot of things aren't easy, and don't ever think that life is going to be easy. Being trans is not going to be easy. You thinking you coming out the closet as trans, oh, you're going to live this most extravagant life. And this is what irritates me about Lily Tony. She thinks that everybody is supposed to sit over here and respect her pronouns. Girl, this is America. I don't know what fantasy land you living in, but baby, they don't care about you. They don't care about you. And that's just the sad truth. Not everybody's going to respect you. Not everybody's going to sit over here and understand you. Push forward. Push forward in life. If you can push forward in the toughest times of your life, I promise to God, you're going to be the most strongest human being on earth, okay? I didn't sit over here and become this elegant, black, beautiful trans woman overnight, like I keep saying. It took a lot of accountability. It took a lot of talking to myself. And it took a lot of me being depressed and losing my mama and sitting over here, thinking in the past to realize, yeah, I just need to keep pushing forward. So let's get on to the next topic, because, girl, oh my God. The next topic that I want to get into is you got to have conflict skills. When I say you got to have conflict skills, I mean literally you have to have conflict skills. Well, I like a lot of people to understand that, I kind of still struggle with this. I'm getting better and better day by day. Like, I live my life for me. I keep saying that. And I want a lot of people to understand there's times like, I bump heads with people about my transition, or I bump heads with people just because we don't get along or we don't agree with something. A lot of people in the trans community, and I'm going to call out the trans community because I don't care who's going to beat me up, nobody. But a lot of people in the trans community sit over here and idolize this idea of you have to be right, you have to agree on everything, or else you're going to get ostracized from the community. I don't understand sometimes what's going on in this community, and sometimes I don't agree with a lot of things that go on in this community. And I'm the person who speak up because I don't care. Like I said, who's going to beat me up? Something that I say, and I'm very prompt on this, and I'm very, vivid on this. I say this a lot. Trans women are trans women. And a lot of people look at me and they say that, oh my goodness, I don't agree with your statement, and I don't agree with that topic, and I don't agree with a lot of things that you say. You don't have to agree with me. That's the thing about life. We're human beings. You don't have to agree with me. We all think differently. And this is the problem with the world. This isn't even the problem with the trans community. This is the problem with the world. A lot of people don't want to sit over here and open their minds and understand that everybody thinks different. Hello. Do you not understand that we're not all sitting over here, going to agree with each other? That's basically what I'm trying to say. You got to have conflict skills. You might not agree with something that Blair White says, but you can sit over here and educate her, and if she doesn't want to be educated, on to the next. Literally. You can sit over here and criticize me and to educate me on something. If I don't want to, sit over here and indulge it and read your comment, okay, on to the next. You get what I mean? I'm very open to, sitting over here getting educated. I like to get educated. I like to be open-minded. There's sometimes, like, I get on the bus or whatever, and I spark up conversations with homeless people. I spark up conversations with crackheads and, delusional people or whatever, right? And a lot of the times, I bring up the topics of being gay or being, trans. A lot of people, get, take it back when I say that I'm trans or something like that. And we get into these topics. Like, there was this one topic, with this one man, I was basically asking him about, Kamala Harris versus Donald Trump. And he was basically telling me, like, he's a Trump supporter and that he's going to vote for Trump and that he believes Kamala Harris is only using her black, race and her, her being black, as a, way to, get votes or whatever, right? But I want a lot of people to understand that I might not agree with something that he has to say, and I might not agree with him, but I'm not going to sit over here and be like, you shouldn't think like that. You shouldn't be like that. Everybody, like I keep saying, is entitled to their own opinions. You have to have good conflict skills. Basically, let me get back on track. When somebody doesn't agree with you in your transition, you're not supposed to sit over and get so oddly frustrated with them and get so mad to the point where it's sitting over here damaging your brain cells and you're having such high blood pressure where you're going to go into cardiac arrest. Baby, that's ghetto. Let's calm down. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. It's not that serious.
Like, it's not that serious. Trust me, I know that.
You need to learn how to have difficult conversations. Literally, you have to have difficult conversations. I love to have difficult conversations because it opens my mind up. It might open my mind up to, something that I didn't know about my transition or something that I need to know as a trans woman, and you need to learn how to stand on boundaries, like have boundaries. Biggest thing that a lot of trans people, have trouble with is like, we're all looking for love and, in our lives as trans women, and we all look for validation, or we're all looking for, a good little time with a man or whatever, right? I have trouble with this, and I'm still, struggling with this as a trans woman. I look for, validation in men, and not even validation, like I just look, go to third base with some men because, I be bored sometimes, and, my Princess Swan ain't doing her magic no more, Basically, what I'm trying to say is, like, you literally have to stand on boundaries. Like, when a man sits over here and asks for pictures or whatever, and you really don't want to send pictures because you feel uncomfortable, stand on boundaries, stand on business. If you don't want to send pictures and you're afraid of, saying that you don't want to send pictures and he might go off on you, maybe that man was never meant for you, okay? Maybe that person's never meant for you. And another thing is friendships. You might bump heads with your friends, and you might want to sit over here and address something that might ruffle your feathers or whatever, right? And this is something that I still struggle with, and I'm getting better and better at. Like, I might feel some type of way that somebody says something in our friendship, right? I'm going to address it. I'm going to address it head on. I'm going to explain. I want a lot of people to understand that, like I keep saying, you have to have these difficult conversations. You have to set boundaries. If somebody oversteps those boundaries, let them know that they're overstepping. And if they keep overstepping it, let them people go. Sometimes people are only temporary in your life, and it's okay. There's more people in this world. Like, a lot of times that a lot of people don't realize there's 8 billion people in this world. And this is my favorite quote, and I will always stand by this quote. There's 8 billion people in this world. Why be mad over one? Why be sad over one? Get up. Stand up, girl. It's not that serious, okay? If I feel like doing something, I'm going to do it. If I don't feel like linking with a man because I feel like he's, not fit for me, I'm not going to link with him. If I don't feel like, this person or this friend or this, associate that I have, if I don't feel like we're, bumping heads, or I feel like, they're just not meant to be in my life anymore, I'm gonna let them know, and I'm, gonna move on. Or I might just, silently remove them, off of my close friends list, off of my friends list, or block them or whatever. Like, I just move on from people. I don't sit over here and indulge in conflict anymore. And that's basically what internal darkness is. That's basically what my era is. I'm a person who has eras. Like, I'm basically like an eras type person. Like, I go through different things and I go through different moments in my life. Like, you know, I have my long hair era. I have my short king era. I have my transgender era. I have my black and beautiful era. The era that I'm in now is accountability. The era that I'm in now is self-worth. The era that I'm in now is self-love. Sit over here and I need to love myself, and I need to remember that I need to hustle for what I want so I don't have to sit over here and struggle in the long run in my life, okay? Please take accountability. That's all I'm going to say. And have good conflict skills, okay? Bada bing, bada boom. On to the next. The next one, and this one I always keep telling my dogs too. You already know what I'm about to say. Be bold and be confident. Oh my goodness, girl. Get up into the big part. You already know, like... I'm so bubbly, and I'm such a bubbly person. And a lot of people tell me all the time, like, I love your energy. Y'all don't understand. I have this energy because I'm just me. Like, I'm just me. Like, I don't live my life for other people. A lot of my old friends used to irritate me, and they used to sit over here and say, oh, like, you sitting over here being this bubbly person. Like, my other friends don't like you sitting over here, like, being loud and stuff. I don't care. Bye. On to the next blogs. On to the next nasty energy. I don't indulge in people who are telling me what to do. You get what I mean? You can criticize me or you can critique me and let me know that maybe I need to simmer down in certain situations or certain, you know, events in life. Like, yeah, it's the time and the place for everything. You get what I mean? But basically, let's get back on track. You need to be bold and confident for real, because a lot of people need to understand that, you know, even if you make mistakes, don't ever put yourself down. You need to sit over here and value yourself. Like, basically, literally, you need to value yourself. And I keep stuttering because, like, I'm talking very fast. I'm really off these energy drinks. But I love people, and I will always love people. I'm a very people person. I always tell people, like, you know, you're beautiful and you need to sit over here and love yourself. And I need to sit over here and reciprocate that sometimes in myself. There's sometimes where I need my own motivation. You get what I mean? A lot of people need to understand that you make mistakes in life, okay? But those mistakes are going to shape you into the better person and better version of yourself, okay? Everything happens for a reason. And you need to sit over here and indulge in your own style. Stop living for other people. Stop sitting over here looking at Megan Thee Stallion's pictures or Kylie Jenner's pictures or all these IG models or these trans baddies on IG or these, you know, zoo shows, and like, why don't I have the nice, juiciest mommy milkers or the lumptious, you know, back in, you know, the balump or whatever you want to call it? Girl, because you're not them and they're not you, okay? You're beautiful the way that you are. If you want to enhance something, go for it. But this is the biggest thing that I tell a lot of people. Before you get these surgeries, you need to sit over here and realize, what if these surgeries go wrong? Okay, this is why I tell a lot of people to love yourself before you do these things, because, like, after you get the surgeries, what if you regret it? I love myself enough to realize I don't really want to touch my face. Yes, in the future, I might want to get a little touch up because, you know, girl, I was born a biological male, girl. I'm going to, you know, get formed up into a male, you know, later in my life, you know, get up into it. But right now, girl, we giving fish boots down. But back on track, like, you know, I don't really want to touch my face. Like, I love that, you know, I look like a black transsexual person. I love that I look trans. Like, I look like a black trans person. I love the trans look, if I'm going to be for real. Like, a lot of my dogs don't understand that you would literally have a superpower. Like, you're just you. And I think it's so beautiful for people to just be yourself. A lot of people will be attracted to you, and a lot of men, especially a lot of men, will be attracted to you if you're just yourself. It don't matter if you sit over here and don't have the most voluptuous, you know, BBL, or the most nice curvish, you know, body, or even the nice beautiful face card. It doesn't matter. You're beautiful the way that you are. You need to sit over here and love yourself. The thing that you don't love about yourself, I keep saying, there's 8 billion people in this world. There's somebody in this world that's gonna love that about you. And if there's somebody who doesn't love that about you, you need to love that insecurity. You need to love that about yourself, okay? I love everything about me. I love my skinniness. I love my face. I love my hair. I love my eyes. I love everything about me. And the biggest thing that I love is I love my skin tone. I love how dark I am. I love my darkness. I love my blackness, and I will stand on that. Everything about me is beautiful, okay? And I will never ever want to live for everybody else's beauty standard. I will never ever want to live for everybody else's beauty standard, because I'm me, and you shouldn't either. And another thing is, you have to know yourself so no one else can tell you who you are. Literally, like, you literally have to sit over here and literally talk to yourself. You have to be your own best friend. I'm definitely my own best friend. I don't live for other people's, opinions, literally, because girl, I'm not gonna lie, a lot of people are crazy, and a lot of people, like I keep saying, will sit over here and tell me that I need to, sit over here and calm down. Like, basically, let me, give y'all an example. Like, my boss, one of my managers at this restaurant that I work at, girl, she sits over here and she gives me the white person look. Everybody knows the white person look when they sit over here and give you that fake smile, or they just stare at you. Stop staring at me. I hate staring. But, she gives me the look or whatever, right? And I feel like she criticizes me for being trans and being such a bubbly person. I come to work with as much energy as I can because I'm trying to get through the day. I'm trying to sit over here and look on the bright side of things. I might not want to work a 9-to-5 job, but at the end of the day, I'm here. And at the end of the day, I have to show up. Show up and show out. That's what I mean by be bold. Show up and show out. Every day that you wake up, it's another day. Stand up and be 10 toes down in your transition. Be 10 toes down in life, period. You might not even be trans watching this, but be yourself. Stop living for other people. Jesus Christ, like, it irritates me. Like, oh my goodness. And I can't stand when I ask a man, why haven't you come out the closet? Oh, well, I'm just scared of what people will think. Girl, bye. Next. Because why do you care? Why do you care so much for other people to, sit over here and critique you? I don't care. You might not think that I'm so beautiful. You might not think that I'm the most beautiful trans person on earth. I don't care. I'm the most beautiful trans person on earth in my own eyes. I know scientifically and other, being truthful, like, I'm not the most beautiful trans person, and that's okay. You get what I mean? But I love myself enough to sit over here and be delusional, okay? Sometimes you literally have to be delusional, okay? Please love yourself. And I'm gonna really rewatch this video because, like, girl, sometimes I need to sit over here and take my own motivation and my own words. Literally love yourself, okay? You're the most beautiful human being on this earth, and everybody can sit over here and criticize you and tell you that you're not, but you are, okay? You're beautiful, okay? You're trans, you're flamboyant, you're the baddest bitch on this earth, okay? Stand 10 toes down, okay? Bada bing, bada boom.
Next caller.
The next topic that I want to get into, and this one is going to sit over here and really ruffle a lot of my trans people's feathers. You know who you are, so why do you care? This is something that I used to ask myself a lot, especially when I was on TikTok. A lot of people ask me, why do I not post on TikTok anymore? It's so toxic. And I'm a person who is not going to sit over here and let nobody sit over here and criticize me and eat me up alive. Like, girl, you would never, ever get the last laugh. I'm sorry. Like, no. Unless, like, you're truthfully, like, eating me up alive. You get what I mean? But I need the people to understand is, like, when I get on TikTok and I indulge in these comments and sometimes I reply to people, there are people who are ignorant and are like, you're a man. You need to sit over here and touch Jesus. You need to find God. You don't even love God. You don't even read the Bible. How can you sit over here and say that you believe in Jesus, but you sit over here being a nasty, hateful person? That's something that I don't understand about Christians. That's something that I don't understand about people in general. How can you sit over here and say that you believe in God and that you believe in a higher power, but you don't sit over here and treat people with respect? Treat people how you want to be treated. Jesus. It irritates me, and I stand on that, and I mean it when I say that. Stop treating people evil. And this is the biggest thing that I don't understand with a lot of Christians. How can you walk past a homeless person and sit over and say, ooh, they need to get a job? You don't even know what that person is going through. That's something that I don't understand. That's why I'm a very open-minded person, because I don't know what people are going through. And that's something that I want a lot of people to understand is, like, why do you care so much? Like when somebody sits over here and criticizes you about something that, you know, that you're doing in life. Like, for example, I post my DL story times, right? I'm very scared sometimes that, you know, one of my story times might literally blow up, or, you know, I might blow up as a trans person. I might become the face of the trans community, and the media might sit over here and, you know, criticize me for a lot of my story times and the story times where I trick some men. You get what I mean? I've taken accountability. I've taken accountability for all the things that I've done. Yes, I tricked men in the past. Yes, I sat over here and didn't tell those boys that I was trans. I have already apologized to those boys separately and behind closed doors. And girl, a lot of those boys were like, okay, it's cool, but do you want to sit up and go to third base again? But we're not going to get into that. But that's what I was saying. Like, a lot of people need to sit over here and take accountability and really talk. Like I'm trying to say is, like, I don't care. I don't care how anybody views me. I need to live my life for me, because you only get one life, so use it wisely. We see so many rappers, we see so many musicians, we see so many people die on the daily, and this is what made me really open my eyes up. When my mama flipped over and died, and now she's 6 feet under, and it's nearly been 3 years since she's been gone, I can't sit over here and go ask her, Mom, why did you die? I can't sit over here and ask her, Mom, why did you sit over here and, you know, not sit over here and set me at first when I was trans, or when I first came out, or, you know, I can't sit over and ask my mama certain questions anymore. I realized you only get one life, so use it wisely. Stop caring what people think about you, Jesus. And ask yourself, if you do care about what somebody thinks about you, why do you care? Ask yourself the deep cause of why do you care about what somebody thinks about you. I used to ask myself a lot, why do I care about somebody misusing my pronouns? I realized because, like, I'm me, and you shouldn't sit over here and treat people with disrespect. Like, it's treat people how you want to be treated, basically. And I used to sit over here and get so offended when somebody used to sit over here and misuse my pronouns. And I asked myself, like, literally, like, why are you so hateful? But then I realized, like, people are just going to be hateful. People are never going to sit over here and be kind to people, and it's okay. Like, girl, I don't care. Bada bing, bada boom, blah. It's like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I don't care. I'm me. I'm beautiful, and I just don't care. And I always say this, like, you only get one life, and I will keep saying that. There's beauty in you being you, okay? There's literally beauty in you being you. Live your life for you and stop caring. But if you do care, ask yourself, why do you care, okay? I want a lot of people to stop listening to me as background music and really think when I'm talking. I'm talking to sit over here and encourage you guys to stop sitting over here listening to these woke trans people who are so delusional, who have got all of these surgeries and still don't love themselves. How do you got all these surgeries but you still insecure about your botched face, and you still insecure about your botched BBL, and you want to sit over here and take that stuff out on trans people? Or you want to sit over here and say that, you know, people shouldn't sit over and transition because they're minors and stuff like that. It's ignorant to me. And what used to sit over here and irritate me, there was that one girl, Morgan Duep or whatever. A lot of people ask me, like, how do I feel about her? Like, there's that one girl, Morgan, she's trans, and, you know, she's white and she got the red hair or whatever. Somebody asked me, like, how do I, like, what's my opinion on her? I, you know, got into a little altercation with her on TikTok because, like, she irritated me with this statement. She says, you are not trans if you don't take hormones. It irritated my soul because you don't understand. How can you sit here as a trans person and say you are not trans if you don't take hormones? You were literally in the same position that we are in. So stop sitting here saying you are not trans if you don't take hormones, because that means you weren't trans when you weren't on hormones. You ain't wake up and immediately come out as trans and got on hormones. That's impossible. It's impossible. Unless you Bill Nye the Science Guy or you Caitlyn Jenner, you ain't getting that. You're not rich. A lot of people have to sit over here and struggle to sit over here and get where they want to be. And it irritates me. It irritates me when a lot of sit over here. Oh, girl, let me get back on track because I'm stuttering. Because I get irritated around this thing. A lot of people make me so mad. A lot of white trans women sit over here and say these ignorant things, and they say these, and they voice their ignorant opinions, and oh, girl, pause.
Police! Help! Help!
Back back on track, okay? It irritates me when a lot of trans women in general, not even just these girls, a lot of trans women will criticize another trans woman for their journey when you don't know what that trans woman has been through. Me, I used to sit over here and, was, critiquing Dylan Mulvaney. And at first, when I kept seeing Dylan Mulvaney on my For You page, I'm like, girl, why are you doing that? But I don't know what she's been through as a trans person. And then, I'm not even gonna lie, she's famous. That's even worse. Like, dang, I've never seen a trans woman have the whole world against her. You don't know what that could do to somebody. Like, that's crazy to me. And for a lot of trans women to come out and talk against her, that's crazy to me. I might not agree with a lot of things that Dylan Mulvaney has done, but she's still a trans person. She's still a human being, and treat people how you would want to be treated. Like Lily Tony, for example. I just wish Lily Tony would not sit over here and act a fool and do a lot of rage bait content. But we're not even going to get into her, whatever that thing is. Yes, I don't even like, we're not even going to get into that because, girl, I will get demonetized and canceled. So, on to the next. This is my last thing that I'm going to say. There's a small percentage of trans people in this world, okay? So, you literally had to show up and show out and literally sit over here and represent, okay? The way that you want people to perceive you is all up to you, okay? So if you don't want people to sit over here and critique you, and you don't want people to sit over here and drag you for filth, okay? You need to sit over here and show them who you is. Show them the trans person, the trans woman, the trans man, whatever you are, the beautiful biological woman or whatever you is watching this. Please show up and show out, okay? There's a small percentage of people in this world, okay? There's a small percentage of trans people in this world. Please be yourself, okay? I love you guys, and I mean it when I say this. Y'all are my dollies, like, girl. And I need to start saying that nickname a lot because I love that nickname, dollies. Like, it's so cute and cunty. The last and final topic, and this one concludes the whole video, it's never too late, okay? I want a lot of people to listen to me and understand that it's never too late to chase your dreams. It's never too late to be trans. It's never too late to come out the closet. You might be 30 or 40 coming out the closet. It's okay. It's never too late. Do it when you feel like it. Don't do it under pressure. Don't do things under pressure, okay? Don't get surgeries under pressure. Don't get hormones under pressure. Don't do anything that you don't feel comfortable doing, okay? I used to struggle with this, okay? There's people who are in my inner circle who would sit over and say that I'm not trans because I don't take hormones. It irritates me. You don't know what I've been through. You don't know what I've been through as a trans person. And if anything, I'm the strongest trans person in this community in my own eyes, because I don't see how a lot of trans people don't see the power in them just being themselves and just loving yourself. I think it's so beautiful and it's so powerful for you to just love yourself. And I might start crying because my mama literally told me that it's so beautiful for you to just be yourself. And it's so beautiful for you to just love yourself. When I walked outside my room in a dress and braids and my makeup 10 toes down, my mama looked at me. She looked at me up and down. She gasped. She was like, oh my God, you're so beautiful. And it made me cry a little. Like, it made me tear up because it's like, dang, like, I finally did it. I finally did what I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to go out in a dress. I've always wanted to do something that makes me happy. People are going to criticize you. Don't ever think that it's going to be easy. Literally, push through, okay? People are always going to sit over here and pick at you. Sit over here and try to get under your skin. Don't ever let them sit over here and control your emotions, okay? Push through. You're a black, beautiful person. You're a black, beautiful trans woman. You're a beautiful trans woman. Any trans person watching this, and I'm going to speak specifically to my black tea girls because I know there's some sisters on here. Black, beautiful trans women or black women or just anybody black watching this, You need to understand that you're so beautiful. And I mean it when I say this. You don't understand the biggest superpower that you have. You're so beautiful, so why the hell do you care about what somebody thinks about you? If they're sitting over here calling you a man, bada bing, bada boom, you're the baddest man. Bada bing, bada boom, you're the baddest trans person. Bada bing, bada boom, I'm cunty and I'm fish. I don't care. Live in delusion. Sometimes you literally have to live in delusion. Don't ever sit over here and get too confident. Don't ever be not humble in life, because God will always humble you. The higher power, or whatever you want to call it, even if you're not, spiritual or whatever you want to call it, somebody's going to always humble you, okay? Stay humble in this life, okay? And please smile through the pain. You have to smile through the pain. There's times where I go through a lot of things in life, and I'm so low, and I'm so depressed, and I get to a point in my life where I'm just like, should I even keep pushing? I gotta smile through it. Sometimes I just gotta smile through it so I can get to where I want to be. And look, it always works out. It always works out. I love that about me. A lot of people ask me, how am I so confident? Because I smile through it. I might not like the predicament that I'm in. I might not like the situation that I'm in. But I'm Alizea. I'm going to show up and I'm going to show it. I'm going to do it 10 toes down. And sometimes you need to take a social media break. Get off of social media. Delete the app. Uninstall. Literally. Take a break. Take a break from people. Sometimes you just need to talk to yourself, and sometimes you need to just reassure yourself that you can get through it. Because there's nobody in this world, and sometimes not even your best friend is going to sit over here and understand the stuff that you're going through. So you have to sit over here and keep pushing, literally. I'm Alizea. I'm black and I'm trans and I'm beautiful, and I will always stand on that. Any trans doll watching this, you're beautiful the way that you are. Stand 10 toes down. And these are life lessons that I wish I learned, and especially in the beginning stages of my transition. If you're in your early stages of your transition, don't rush your transition. Don't ever rush it. Take time. Take it one day at a time. Wake up every day knowing that it's another day and that you gotta hustle for what you want, okay? Life isn't easy. Don't ever think that it's gonna be easy. I'm black, I'm trans, and I'm beautiful. I'm Alizea. I'm your favorite black trans girl. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, because you would never find another black transsexual like me. Hello, hello, hello. I love you guys. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm a black bitch. I don't even know. I love you guys. But thank you guys for all the followers, and thank you guys for all the support. Literally, y'all don't know. This YouTube journey really is coming together. I never would have thought I would be at 3K. Y'all like me, and I love y'all for that. I love y'all for tuning in and actually giving y'all thoughts in my comments. I like that. I like there's sometimes where I'm wrong on certain things and y'all educate me. I like that. Let's talk. Let's build an actual community. I want trans people to actually come together and talk instead of sitting over here pick-packing and sitting over here picking at each other. That's not how you build a community. That's not what being trans is. Sitting over here being hateful. You're not supposed to be hateful. Live your life for you and help others while you're at it, okay? But without further ado, let me end this video, because, girl, I got to sit over here and, make my other videos. But bada bing, bada boom. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.